Let's take a closer look at this sport. Ranch sorting is generally a two-person team, sorting 10 cattle numbered 0 through 9 and 1 unnumbered cow, called the blank or the trash cow, for a total of 11 head. Using two 60-foot diameter round pens with a 12 to 16-foot gate opening between them, the object is to sort the cows in order from one pen to the other, starting with a randomly selected number called out by the announcer when the timing flag is dropped.
Flag is up.
If the announcer calls out a 5, cow 5 has to be sorted first. Then 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 in progressive sequence.
We got 2. We got 3 on my side, Harley. And on 3, circle lines, getting it ready, putting it on.
One person of the team is the sorter, and the other member of the team is the gate man, and they can alternate roles during their run. The cows must be sorted in order. If a cow passes through the gate out of order or manages to sneak back into the sorting ring, the team is disqualified. The object is to get as many cows in order through the gate into the other pen in the allotted time. Oh yeah, did we tell you? You have just 60 seconds to do all of this.
Flag is up. 7, cattle number 7.
Slow and methodical can be just as effective as fast and furious. You and your teammates map your strategy and work it against the unpredictable cows and see what happens in the next 60 seconds. Even if you're a complete novice, you can enjoy ranch sorting. With multiple divisions and a rating system, you're paired with horses and riders of similar skills, so you'll never feel intimidated by the competition.
Good job right there. That is very nice.
I'd like to say a great big thank you to Mr. James Miller. You watched the store a little bit ago.
Welcome back to Horse Talk Live on Rural TV. I'm your host, Lizzie Iwersen. We want to make sure that you take advantage of today's program and call in with any questions that you have. The phone number is 877-731-6733. And as always, you can send any questions, comments, suggestions to us here at Horse Talk Live at horses@rfd-tv.com. We want to know what you want to see. We'll provide it for you, but you just have to let us know first of all. What you saw right after that break there was a little tease about ranch sorting. That's what we're talking about today here on Horse Talk Live. It's an equestrian sport. It's a timed event, and we're working with a herd of cattle. So that always makes for an interesting sport when it's not just you and your horse. You've got some other brains working there too, and it's a team sport. There's 2 people working with these cows against the clock. So it's not something that you're judged on necessarily. It's something that you're working against the clock for. And we have some experts in the field with us here today, and one of them being Dave Wolfe, who is the president of Ranch Sorting National Championships. And, you know, what we've learned today is that, or what I've learned and what we want to share with our viewers is that this sport is growing. It is something that any level of rider can compete at, and any horse, you know, obviously if you want to get better, if you want to be towards the top, win more money and maybe some saddles and belt buckles, then maybe you'll get a better horse. But at the very beginning, you can start wherever you are, and it's non-intimidating. So, tell us a little bit about the most positive aspects of ranch sorting.
Well, Lizzie, I think this is a sport that obviously promotes the Western heritage.
Okay.
And we all want to promote that. It's got great morals, great standards. It brings back, you know, what this country was all about. So the creation of this sport, to be able to work horses and cattle together, has a huge draw in itself. We put it in a confined area where it's controlled. It's in controlled environment. And so even the most novice rider can get on a horse, the trail horse or whatever horse they have, and get in there and learn how to maneuver cattle in an order, in some fashion, with a partner, from one pen to the other, and it's a lot like what was done on the ranch. So I think that's a huge draw. We've made the prices as reasonable as possible. Most cow horse activities are very expensive because of the cost of cattle.
Sure.
we can run our sport in a fast amount of time. We have basically a 1-minute time limit.
Okay.
And so you can run a lot of teams in a short amount of time, and therefore you can keep the costs down. Everybody has a chance to win a little money, and everybody's excited about that.
You
we
bet.
all gamble a little bit with our horses, you know, gamble with the fun things that we do, and so there's that edge to it also. Another huge thing about it is it's not a judged event; it's a timed event, and so you know, you're racing against yourself and the flag on your performance against others in the exact same scenario. So that's another big advantage. Those kind of things are the things that are making this sport really grow and be exciting.
And tell us, I mean, it really has grown since its inception 5 years ago. What has your membership been like?
Just phenomenal. That first year, I think at the end of the year, we had 700 members, and we were elated that year. We had almost 900 teams at our national finals at the end of the first year. We have a program that we think is helping that grow, and it's a free membership. Our goal is to promote this sport and grow it. And so with that, we offer free memberships to everybody the first year.
Wow.
You come, you get involved in our sport. We want you participating. We want you having fun. And we think once you do it the first year, you're going to come back. Second year, when you come back, if you're your friend, you both get a free membership.
Well, that's pretty unique. I don't know of another program that has free membership.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And every year, our membership is almost double. All the way up to this year right now, we are almost to 15,000 members across the United States. It's just phenomenal. What's exciting about that is right now we have 15,000 members out there looking for one more.
That is true. That's a great point. So somebody was smarty pants there and developed that. Shelley, you're working with some people that are just getting into the sport. Both you and Brian are. What about it for you got you started, and why do you think, what keeps you having clientele, new people that want to start?
I think the way that it is easy to get involved in the sport. I've been involved with horses all my life, so it was easy for me when it came to speed, and the fact that it was not a judged event, it was a timed event, and it had to do with cows. It struck my interest and all. But I think the new people getting involved in it, anybody can do it. You know, if you want to get better, you're definitely going to want to take some lessons and get better horses and all.
Sure.
But you can come to your first show, and it doesn't matter what kind of horse you have or if you've ever competed in an event in your life in the arena, you can enjoy this event. And it's a friendly atmosphere. Even Brian and I are at the top of the game. Lots of other folks up at the top with us. When you come to a show, we like to get involved with riding with you and teach you about the sport. So that makes it real advantageous to the new person coming into it.
And we've talked about that it's a team sport, and the two of you were won, what was it last year?
Reserve World Champion at the AQHA World Show in the Open.
All right.
Open Ranch
so
sorting.
You obviously know what you're doing out there.
Sometimes.
But we really do want to reiterate, you were telling me this weekend at the event that y'all were at, that there was folks showing up with the thoroughbreds, you know, and you don't have to.
There was folks there in English saddles with their spandex riding pants on. You know, there's a little bit of everybody. There's a guy there that was actually from my hometown that's never done anything but trail ride. And that is the great thing because, you know, he comes and he know nobody at that show, and he was able to fill up, and he rode full all through the classes, had a ball.
Okay,
And
so explain what it means to fill up and the fact that you don't have to know anybody. That might be intimidating that it's a team sport, but you don't have to know anybody.
The classes have a 5-ride limit. If you show up at an RSNC event, you can pick up the 4 of them with 1 mandatory draw. Or if you have no partners, you can put in all draws. You can put in 2 draws, 3 draws, or you can draw all 5 of them. So, like, he showed up and he'd only sorted maybe once or twice in his life. He drew up with me once. He might have drawn up with Shelley. I'm not sure, but he drew all the upper riders. I mean, it's a pretty good deal.
So it is, amongst other things, that part of it helps level the playing field. But Ranch Sorting National Championships has taken a lot of effort to make sure that the playing field is even by giving everybody a number and rating system, a classification system. So explain that to our viewers a little bit more, what it means to be classified when it comes to ranch sorting.
Sure. Well, what we wanted to create was an opportunity for everybody at every level to be able to go ahead and compete as they learn. And so we created a 9-point rating system. A number one is a beginner, and that's a very novice rider on a novice horse that has no cow horse experience whatsoever and is not competed within the sport, or at least has never won any checks, 3 checks. And so that person is a number one. Once they win 3 checks, they're automatically moved up to a number 2 rookie. 2 rookie, once they win $1,000, they are automatically moved up to a 3. And then from that point on, they're in the rating system. A 3 and a 4 is a novice, a 5 and a 6 is an amateur, and a 7, 8, and 9 is an open rider.
Okay.
So we have levels for everybody from day one. If you want to come and get involved in our sport, jump in, because there's a lot of other people out there just like you getting involved for the very first time, and we keep it as fresh as possible on that bottom end for brand new people. So that really works, makes a big difference.
Oh, sure. And I think the intimidation factor, too, I mean, that's huge when you're getting involved with any equine sport, but when there's cattle involved, when there's a team aspect going on, it's kind of hard to get your foot in the door. So what you all are doing is making it easy on people. And the incentives behind it, you know, you can win a check. I could win a check just as easily as Shelley could if I showed up, and I've never done it before.
Exactly.
And we wanted to make sure that we mentioned that it's a good family sport.
You bet. I mean, obviously, I created this sport with the thought in mind that the family can participate. And part of that, what we did was we kept the entry fees as low as possible, so a whole family can participate and get involved. I have 3 boys myself, and they all compete. My oldest is 17, and a 14-year-old, and even a 10-year-old. And we go all the time, and we have fun. And I love taking my family and my boys out and competing in the sport. And 2 of them flew out here to Morristown, Tennessee this last weekend, and we competed at the Eastern Regional National Finals, which was phenomenal. And the boys had a great time, and it was fun being with them.
It's a good thing you brought them. They won all that money on Brian's horses.
We flew out and we jumped on Brian's horses because he always has awesome horses, and
that's the way to go.
loaned horses to the boys, and they cleaned up. They really did well.
They did real well.
Yeah, I might quit riding myself and just loan the horses.
Considering it.
Yeah, did you get any mount money out of the deal?
Oh, I was well. They
We
took
better
care of
get
me.
supper
They took
tonight.
care of me.
Good. Well, and it sounded like it was a very successful event, the Eastern Regionals.
That's right. This is the first year we've offered regional finals. We've had events for, of course, this is the 5th year, but we're just getting it going out here on the East Coast. And this year it has just literally exploded, all the way from New York, all the way down to Florida, all up and down the East Coast, North and South Carolina, West Virginia, Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee. And so we thought, okay, it's time. It's time to come out and offer a big event with a lot of prizes, and see if we could draw from all those states. And my goodness, did we have a show.
Oh, gosh. 1,400 teams?
1,400 teams.
Over the last 3 days.
Over the last 3 days.
It was phenomenal.
And, everybody had a great time. It was exciting to come out here. That's the largest event ever in ranch sorting east of the Mississippi.
Good for you. That's great.
And we set some records. We set some records this weekend.
Definitely did.
I think the folks out here are on fire about the sport and RSNC and where it's going. We see huge growth.
So hopefully it's going to continue to grow. It sounds like it is. Surely, if the numbers aren't lying here, people are really catching on. And all these reasons, we're learning about why ranch sorting has become so popular and how you can get involved. Make sure to visit ranchsorting.com. All the details are there. You can figure out where an event is close to you and how you can get started. Also, we'll learn about some of the clinics you can take and make sure that you're getting started on the right foot if you want to compete at a ranch sorting competition that are featured from coast to coast. We are finding out that they are in many, many states, probably your state as well. So take your horse and head out and work with some cows. Keeping true to the Western way of life, it's ranch sorting, and we're learning about it here on Horse Talk Live. Stick around. We'll be back with more after this break.